I made the reservations for our trip. Great idea. We leave Monday.
Were you able to book for the amount of time that we discussed?
Yep, 7 days. Maui, here we come.
Hey boss, I've got a great idea. Hello? Hey boss, why did you make flight reservations for me? Volunteered for a business trip? Sounds great. And I suppose Alaska was my idea? Checkmate. It's happening. He's taking over. He's systematically erasing me from my own life. This has to stop. My alternate me says his motivation is revenge, but I'm not so sure. I got your note. So what do you want? I want to talk about why you're trying to replace me. I have replaced you. Chelsea and I are happy together. And I told you, because you can't get me back to my universe. I know that's not why. How would you know? Because I know me. You. Us. And this goes way beyond revenge. You have a great life. Chelsea and Nathan. You even work at home. What are you talking about? You're me. You have all of those things too. Don't you? In my universe, when I asked Chelsea to marry me, she said no. Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed. Why do you think she said no? It may have something to do with her cat. Polka? I remember that cat. Huh. In fact, the day I was going to ask Chelsea to marry me, I went over to her house and I put a plastic bag in the floor for her cat to play with, and well, she got tangled up in it, got cut around her neck. She started zooming all around the house, back and forth, knocking stuff over. Chelsea was really scared, but I was able to get to her in time before she choked to death. I was a hero. Oh! You weren't able to get to Polka in time? No, I was laughing too hard. You gave her the appropriate amount of grieving time before you asked her, right? Right? Yeah, I could tell it was a bad time and she was crying hysterically. So I gave her some time. I waited for the perfect moment. And then later that day, I got down on one knee and I asked her to marry me. I'll never forget that scene. Her eyes were still red and wet from crying, but it gave her a certain glow. So beautiful. Anyway, she said no. And she ran off and left me there, kneeling beside the grave. I would have just left then, but I was still digging the hole. So you've been trying to replace me so you could finally have what you've always wanted. Yeah. Well, why didn't you tell me? I've got an idea.